Welcome to Scottish Independence Explained, where we look at the history of Scottish independence and how it relates to the situation today. This episode, the 2014 independence referendum. So the Scottish National Party had been growing in influence ever since Scotland first gained its own parliament in 1999. In 2007, they won a narrow victory over Scottish Labour to become the biggest party in Holyrood, but this victory was nothing compared to how they fared in the 2011 election. For the first time ever, Scotland found themselves with a single party holding a majority in Holyrood. With 69 seats, the SNP had passed the threshold needed to obtain an outright majority, and with that, their long-time desire to hold a referendum to determine whether Scotland should remain in the UK suddenly became a much more achievable goal. The Prime Minister at the time, David Cameron, agreed to grant Holyrood the power to hold a referendum so long as it took place by the end of 2014. With this in mind, two campaigns were launched, the Pro-Independence Yes campaign and the Unionist Better Together campaign, which was led by Scottish Labour's Alistair Darling. On the Yes side was the Scottish National Party, the Scottish Socialist Party and the Scottish Green Party. Against them were the Scottish Conservatives, Scottish Labour and the Scottish Liberal Democrats. Let's break down a few of the main arguments each side had. The Yes campaign's main point revolved around having control of the powers not yet devolved to the Scottish Parliament. These included powers to borrow, lend and invest, which any country needs in order to have a growing economy. If Scotland went independent, then Scottish people would have more say on how their country is run. They also highlighted the potential for Scotland to survive on its own, citing significant industries like fishing, whisky, timber, renewable energy, tourism and a number of others. North Sea oil was also lauded as an important moneymaker. Furthermore, for many years, Scotland has been a more left-leaning country than the other UK nations, having not voted for the Conservatives for over 50 years. Democratically speaking, Scotland does not get the best representation in Westminster. As for the Better Together campaign, they tended towards highlighting the economic benefits of being in the UK and warned of a financial struggle should Scotland exit the Union. One of their other arguments was that if Scotland left the UK, they would also leave the EU, and there was no guarantee that they would be able to re-enter. A big concern they raised was whether or not Scotland would be able to keep using the pound sterling. Whilst no conclusions were drawn on this, the uncertainty discouraged many from voting yes. In the end, this uncertainty and fear proved to be a winning strategy, and after the vote took place on the 18th of September 2014, 55% of Scotland had voted to remain in the United Kingdom, whilst 45% had voted to become independent. With an impressive 85% turnout, the highest in UK history, the results were not in dispute. While some criticised the divisiveness of the referendum, others praised it for engaging so much of the population in modern politics. But this did not put to bed the question of Scottish independence. Join us next time as we look at where the debate stands today and ask, will we see another referendum in the coming years?